We'd like to give you a small, concrete glimpse of Rootwoven's current gameplay. Rather than begin with one of the larger storylines, we're going to walk through one of the game's lightest quests, the Silent Fix. This quest belongs to a small collection of introductory character stories. Each one is designed to reveal a single surface-level detail about someone, not their deepest secret or their role in the main story, just a small hint that there may be more beneath what you first see. The central character here is Ferion. The quest is deliberately compact and mostly linear. It isn't intended to demonstrate complex branching or difficult choices. It demonstrates the simplest version of Rootwoven's core rhythm: exploring a space, noticing something, speaking to a character, allowing time to pass, and returning to discover what changed. The larger quests will build considerably more complexity on top of that rhythm. For now, this is the smallest and clearest place to begin. We're at the Accord Academy. The introductory quest, where you meet the other students, is already complete. Let's head to the common room. Ferion is here at the long table. Before talking to him, I'm going to use the eye. The eye gives us a surface impression of a room. It can call attention to visible details, but it won't tell us everything there is to find. If something catches our interest, we still have to investigate it ourselves. Nothing dramatic. The room looks lived in, Ferion is at the table, and one shelf is sagging a little. Most of that is ordinary room detail, but the shelf sounds worth examining. I'm going to type, "I take a closer look at the shelf that is sagging." Okay, there's a maintenance tag underneath it marked non-urgent, reported. The upper screws are loose, and somebody has moved the heavier books onto the floor. Another student notices it wobbling and glances toward Ferion, but doesn't finish what they were about to say. Ferion is exactly the sort of person who notices broken things, so let's ask him about it. Ferion, did you notice the shelf leaning to one side? Interesting. He saw it, but all he says is that it has already been logged. He doesn't offer to repair it, even though this is someone who will normally interrupt himself to straighten a crooked hinge. Let's give that some time. We'll leave the common room and check again tomorrow. We're heading to the mess hall, the Academy's cafeteria. Maisie and Felicity are here, but we'll leave them to whatever they're doing. In the finished game, characters will have their own schedules and move between rooms at different times. For this recording, I'm going to move the clock forward directly by 1 day and 6 hours so we can pick up the next part of the quest when Ferion is back in the common room. Okay, we're back in our room the next day, about 30 hours of game time later, not 30 hours of actual gameplay. Let's return to the common room and see whether anything has changed. The eye is active again, which means the room has new surface information available. Let's take a look. The room mostly looks the same. Ferion is back at the table, Leandra is sitting nearby, and the shelf isn't sagging anymore. The shelf was sagging yesterday, and now it isn't. Before jumping to conclusions, let's inspect it properly. I checked the shelf more closely. Was it repaired? Okay, it definitely was. The screws are firm, the remaining holes have been filled cleanly, and nobody apparently saw when the work was done. Now we have something concrete to ask Ferion about. The shelf is level now. Did you fix it? And this is where the small repair becomes something more revealing. Ferion initially dismisses it as just a shelf, but then he starts explaining exactly how it failed. When the upper fixing gives way, its load shifts into the lower one. That fixing keeps holding, but now it is carrying damage that was meant to be shared between both of them. Ferion traces that displaced weight in the air, then suddenly catches himself. For a moment, it sounds as though he isn't really talking about the shelf anymore. He mentions that his father is a smith, changes the subject immediately, and the familiar, unhurried Ferion returns. And that's the Silent Fix. A small quest about noticing something ordinary, asking the right person, leaving it alone, and returning after the room has changed. It doesn't reveal anything major about the central story, but it gives us a quiet surface glimpse of something deeper inside Ferion.